What's up YouTube, Dell here from Zephyr, and today I'm going to bring you 3 basic combos you're going to need to know for the Fire King structure deck. Now all of these combos I'm going to show you can be used directly from the box with no outside influence. When you do add outside influence to this deck, all you're doing is adapting how its end board is, and it also adapts how consistent you can make it. So with all of that out of the way, please smash that like button, hit that notification bell and subscribe so you don't miss out on any more upcoming content. We're going to start off with the main one card combo being Ponics, which is why it's so important to get to this card through stuff like 1-for-1, original sinful spoils, and of course just get into it as a normal summon itself. So you're going to start off by normal summoning the Ponics. The Ponics is going to search you out a Fire King spell or trap, that being Sanctuary. You're then going to activate the Sanctuary, which will allow you to activate the Fire King Island directly from the deck. You'll then activate Fire King Island's effect to destroy the Ponics and add you a Garunix from the deck. You will then be able to special summon down the Garunix because a monster that was originally fire was destroyed by battle or card effect. In doing so, you'll then be able to activate the Garunix effect to destroy a fire monster in the deck, and you're going to want to destroy the Barong. At this point, you're now going to pass your opponent's turn, and during the next standby phase, both Barong and Ponics are going to trigger. Make sure you put Barong as chainlink 1 and Ponics as chainlink 2. It means Barong cannot be ashed should your opponent draw an ash for the turn. You'll resolve this by adding the Ponics back to the hand, and then resolve the Barong by adding the High Avatar Kirin from deck to hand as well. Then, during the main phase, you're going to want to activate the Kirin's effect to destroy the Ponics in the hand, meaning that this will now come back during the next standby phase. Then, once your opponent special summons a monster, you can trigger the effect of Sanctuary to XYZ using both these cards to go into Garunix Eternity. In doing so, Garunix will then trigger to destroy all other monsters on the field. Passing it back to your turn, during the standby phase, you'll have the guarantee of Ponics to come back to the hand, not to mention your brand new draw for turn. And then at this point, you now have the ability of Fire King Island to destroy the Eternity, and this can then lead you into an OTK play, because you would destroy Eternity. You will then be able to, at the very least, get these 2 monsters back, not to mention the card you search off the Fire King Island should you search out a Garunix. Or of course, you could bring back these 2 and then search out a Garunix to then summon down on a new chain. And then all you need to do is conduct your normal summon and you can push for the OTK. Now I'm going to show you the 2 card combo that upgrades this particular line. So upgrading the 1 card combo, this is what happens if you open up directly your Fire King Sanctuary or if you open up the Fire King Skyburn. So the route of play is going to be pretty much the same, but we're going to be able to gain more resource as we make these plays going forward and disrupt our opponent's board a lot more. So we're going to start off by normal summoning the Ponics. Ponics will then allow you to search out whichever one you are missing, and then we're going to set the Skyburn and activate the Sanctuary. Sanctuary will then allow us to play Fire King Island directly from the deck. In doing so, we'll then be able to activate the Fire King Island effect to destroy the Ponics in order to search ourselves out the Sacred Fire King Garunix. Of course, following the same combo line as before, Garunix would summon itself, and then we will destroy an avatar in the deck, or a fire monster in the deck, this one of course being the Barong. In doing so, we move to our opponent's standby phase. During that standby phase, we will resolve both the Barong and the Ponics. Ponics returning to the hand, Barong searching you out the Kirin. Exactly the same as we've had it before. Kirin's effect will be triggered to destroy, during the main phase, your Ponics to summon itself down. When your opponent special summons a monster, you'll then use the effect of Sanctuary to overlay and go into the Eternity. Eternity then of course will destroy all other monsters on the field. Then what you want to do is at a certain point where you feel you need to activate it, you'll activate the Fire King Skyburn in order to destroy the Eternity. At this point you want to use Eternity's effect to revive 2 from the graveyard because it had 2 materials, and the 2 you're definitely going to want to bring back is the Garunix and the Ponics. On the summon of that, the Garunix will then have its own effect triggering again to destroy a fire monster in the deck, and in this example you're going to want to destroy the Fire King Avatar. The reason you're going to want to do this is the Avatar has effect that if it is destroyed by card effect and sent to the graveyard, you get to target a Fire Beast, Beast Warrior or Wing Beast in the graveyard and special summon it, but you do have to destroy it during the end phase. So you're going to bring back the Avatar Kirin. As you move to the end phase, of course you will resolve the Avatar's effect, Avatar, to destroy the Kirin. In doing so, Kirin will be destroyed by card effect, and it will gain the effect to special summon a Fire King monster from the hand or graveyard except itself, and then you get to destroy a card on the field. So you'll be able to bring back the Avatar, And in doing so, the Avata gives you the ability to have a monster negate on the board ready to go. But in two different ways, you can either destroy a back row that your opponent has put in play because of the Kirin, or if you want to make sure you get the ponics back to your hand for a follow-up of the next turn, you can choose to destroy the ponics instead. Doing so would mean that during the next standby phase, of course, you'll be able to trigger the ponics, and this will allow you to add it back to the hand, and you're good to loop and go again. Now, keeping in mind that as you play this further forward, you've got the ability of Fire King Island to destroy a card. You've also got the ability to search out any more of your boss monsters, and you'll still have 3 additional cards in the hand ready to go as well, alongside a very nice monster negate setup as well. So that's it for that 2-card combo. I'm now going to reset this and show you exactly what you can do with this 2-card combo to go a little bit more aggressive as well. So with the exact same start, how can you change it up? Well, now I'm going to show you how you can get a little bit more aggressive rather than defensive by setting yourself up with the Monster Negate. Now obviously in the previous combo that we ended on the Monster Negate, you can also set up the Spell and Trap Negate if you want that as well, but then you will need some other components. In this one I'm going to show you how you can end up with an additional board wipe and then the ability to push back through for an additional OTK. So you're going to start off with the Ponics again. You're going to search out your missing piece, whether of course it be the Fire King Sanctuary or the Sky Burn. Activate the Sanctuary, Fire King Island, search out Garunix by destroying the Ponics, summon down the Garunix effect to destroy it in the deck. Again, you're going to destroy the Barong, and then again, move to the standby phase, Ponics comes back to the hand, your Barong will trigger to search you out your Kirin. So all pretty straightforward on this point. Again, even right up to the point where you go Kirin, destroy the Ponics, summon itself down, opponent special summons, overlay 2, go into Eternity, destroy all your opponent's monsters, activate Fire King, destroy itself, bring back 2, bring back the Garunix, and on this one you could probably bring back the Kirin if you wanted to, just to have a bit more of an aggressive board state, but you'll also get a little bit more benefit when you destroy Kirin during the next standby phase. Because on the summon of the Garunix now, what you want to do is you want to destroy another one in the deck, but this time the one you're going to want to destroy is going to be the OG Fire King High Avatar Garunix. In doing so, what that would mean is during the next standby phase, you're going to be able to trigger the Ponics effect to add it back to the hand, as well as the Garunix effect to summon itself back, and then destroy all other monsters on the field. Now this will of course destroy the Garunix, and it will of course destroy the High Avatar Kirin. However, because Kirin is then destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you get to special summon a Fire King monster from the hand or graveyard except itself. So you can then bring back, if you want to, the Barong, or of course you can bring back the Eternity, plus destroy an additional card. So the idea is you're just getting another monster on the board. You now still have the ability of Fire King to destroy the Ponics in the hand, to search you out another Garunix. If you want to, you don't have to search out a Garunix. I'm actually going to search out the Kirin, because you already have the Garunix in the graveyard. So this will now come back to the board. And then of course you also have the ability, if you wanted to, of Garunix, the Kirin, to destroy another fire monster. So very kind of cool in order to kind of move your plays further forward if you wanted to. I mean, this should be game more than enough on its own. But if you were to bring back something instead of the Eternity, like the Barong, for example, you can have follow-up for the next standby phase and you name it. Keep in mind you would have already used Burn as well. You've just got so much more resource, and that all came from 2 cards. So you'd still have 3 more cards to play with, not to mention the 1 additional card you would have drawn for that turn as well. It's absolutely insane. And then the idea is that even if you did have the Kirin, you went, okay, cool, Kirin, get rid of the Garunix, summon itself back, go to the battle phase, couldn't finish the game off there, maybe your opponent walled up. You then move to the next standby phase, your Garunix would then come back, destroying all of these again. And then you'll obviously be able to trigger off the Kirin effect. And the Kirin effect can then loop the Garunix back again. And the idea is you're just going to keep going and going and going and going, and just maintaining the resource from very little investment. Anyway, that is it for the entire video. If you do have any questions at all, by all means, please let me know in the comments below. If you want to see specifically a test stand video for the Tri-Brigade version that I brought to you the other day, then by all means, let me know and I'll be more than happy to do so. If you want to see a more full power version involving the Diabell stars with no budget restriction, again, just get the video above 50 likes. It shows the appreciation for this type of content, and I'll be more than happy to bring it for you. But for now, as absolutely always, stay safe and of course, happy dueling.